Chapter 6, Mishnah 2. The Mishnah cites a testimony regarding the laws of corpse tumah. Rabbi Yoshua and Rabbi Nechunya ben Elinasan, leader of Kfar Habavli, testified that a limb severed from a corpse is tamei like a corpse, and it transmits tumah to people or objects by way of ohel, by being under the same roof as it. A dissenting opinion. For Rabbi Eliezer says, the sages said that a limb transmits tumah like a corpse, i.e. by ohel, only in regard to a limb from a living person. However, a limb from a dead person does not do so. Rabbi Yehoshua and Rabbi Nechunya, however, testified that Rabbi Eliezer's tradition was incorrect, and that the earlier sages had in fact ruled that even a limb from a corpse transmits tumah through an ohel. Rabbi Yoshua and Rabbi Nechunya use a kal v'chomer argument to support their opinion. They said to Rabbi Eliezer, is it not a kal v'chomer that a limb from a corpse should transmit tumah through an ohel? If even regarding a living person who is generally tahor, the law is that a limb that is removed from him is tamei like a corpse, i.e. it transmits tumah by ohel, then regarding a corpse which is always tamei, is it not logical that a limb removed from it should be tamei like a corpse? Rabbi Eliezer responds, Rabbi Eliezer said to them, I was taught by my teachers that the sages said that a limb transmits tumah like a corpse only in regard to a limb from a living person, but not in regard to a limb from a corpse. Rabbi Eliezer refutes the kal v'chomer. Another point, I can refute your kal v'chomer in the following manner. The tumah of living people is in some ways greater than the tumah of corpses. For a living person who is a zav or zava, for example, makes the bed or seat that is underneath him tamei, even if he did not touch them, and he makes them tamei to the extent that they in turn transmit tumah to a person who touches them, and even to the clothes the person is wearing or touching when he touches them. Also, a living person who is a zav or zava makes items that are resting above him have a light tumah, i.e. a rishon level of tumah, even if he does not touch them, to the extent that these items can then transmit tumah to food and drink. However, a corpse does not transmit tumah at all to a couch or seat that are beneath it or to items that are above it, unless these items touch the corpse or are in the same ohel with it. Since we find that living people can be subject to levels of tumah that are in some ways greater than those of corpses, there is no kal v'chomer from a living person to a corpse. It is therefore not unreasonable to say that a limb removed from a living person can transmit tumah by ohel, whereas a limb removed from a corpse does not transmit tumah by ohel.